My last is a very interesting jewel of the Archdiocese. Jewel of the Archdiocese. And in this year, as you know, we have been taking the jewels that are especially going to be exposed this year. For example, the churches, the pilgrim churches in our Archdiocese. We have already spoken about the cathedral, the Infant Jesus Shrine, the St. Mary's Basilica. Soon we will be speaking about Hartobale also. And today I speak about what we call the Miraculous Mother of Mine Shrine, Urgum in KGF. It's interesting that this particular mine, or perhaps the gold comes out of the soil, as it were, and Mother Mary, we sort of ask her intercession very specially, not only to be a gold statue, a gold to be had, but to protect the people and to give the people perhaps a future direction as to how to go. And therefore this particular shrine is a shrine among the many shrines in our Archdiocese, is a very special shrine in KGF. You know what is KGF? Kolar Gold Fields. Since 1880, a certain Britisher called John Taylor is supposed to have come, and from that time onwards there's a lot of research of the soil, the testing and these things, and they found that the KGF site had the best gold mines, and therefore the mining started from there. But then the real mining took place after some years, and they found out that about 3 kilometers area had these gold mine, the soil that was there, that was rich in minerals of gold. So therefore the mining started. In the beginning, perhaps it was started in a small way, but slowly when it went to a bigger, this one, more and more people from England came there, more and more foreigners were there, and at one time KGF was also called the Little England. Little England, even today we have those churches and streets, the Champion Reef, and the other places are named by the British names as such, because these were the places the Britishers came. But by and large, as days passed, as years passed, the mines became a very dangerous place. These mines of KGF are supposed to be one of the deepest mines that go up to almost 10 kilometers, perhaps even more than that. And these are so dangerous, dark, and many of times there is no place to perhaps to be survived properly. And therefore for the people it became a sign of anxiety. They could not give up the mines because that was their sole bread and butter, the sole income that they would, sole salary that they would get. But at the same time, every time they went down in the mines, perhaps they must have prayed very much. Will I ever come up? Will I ever survive? And we are told almost 6,000 people died in these mines. You can imagine, perhaps someday, if they dig up, they find 6,000 skeletons there of people who have died. Of course, some of them were brought up, etc. But this was the fear. Besides that, the mine work also, the mine atmosphere also was very not healthy, because they had to clean up the mines. They used what's called certain acids, certain sulfuric and the other type of acids that were used. Sodium cyanide was used, and this is dangerous for health. The people who breathed it, had what called respiratory diseases. The lungs were collapsing, and many people died in their young age, 30s, 40s, because they could not control. And at one time, someone told me that the highest number of widows in the Archdiocese was in the place of mines of KGF itself. And so in this background, everyone looked out for someone who could save us, who could perhaps give us a little consolation, give us courage, give us hope. And so perhaps it started, we are told, the devotion at the Our Lady of Mines Church started not by Christians, but a woman, a Hindu woman called Rangamal. She was a devotee of Our Lady, and it seems she used to go walking to Velankani, and in her last trip, she brought a small statue of Mother of Velankani, And she placed it there and built a small hut. Small hut. People started going there, coming there, etc. But in 1945, it seems there was a British officer who was very angry. It's a British land that was considered British property. Even today, it is considered as property that belongs to the mines. We cannot possess this. Most of our churches are on lease land. So therefore, this British officer went and destroyed that thing and said, nothing doing, you should not be here, etc. Legend says that he was blinded. He became blind. And when he became blind, he realized his mistake and asked Mother Mary for forgiveness, and he was restored of his sight. And this miracle that the British officer was restored of his sight became so public that everywhere the people started speaking. More and more people started coming to the place, and slowly what was a hut, Father Balaya by name. Father Balaya is known very much in our diocese for so many of the shrines and the other things. The Infant Jesus shrine started with him. He was also in Our Lady of Basilica, Mother Mary Basilica. He was also in so many places. And he also, as the parish priest of Champion Reef, took interest in this small hut chapel, as it were. And he started his ministry as such. And I am told that this particular woman, Rangmal, also became a Christian. And the first shrine that was started was called Thangavayalin Thangathai. A small sort of pilgrim center was started at that time. The name of Father Solomon is also mentioned very much because he is the one also to build the new church. Before that, on 3rd April 1971, the first chapel or small church was built, and we are told Reverend Father P.J. Gratian, who was the apostolic administrator, laid the foundation. Within a year or so, the statue from Kerala was brought, a bigger statue was brought and kept there, blessed by Archbishop Swami. And not only that, the Mother Mary statue kept and venerated at Kurusedi the miners began to come and to pray to Mother Mary very specially for their security and safety. And so from now on, we can say that the Mother Mary was their support, was their courage to go into the mines, come up. The families prayed together for their husbands, for their fathers, that God may protect them, etc. A few more details about the historical dates of this shrine. 1973, a small brochure explaining this particular shrine was made public, and perhaps because of this brochure, people came to know from all over, especially people of Bangalore. And so 13 October 1973, a shrine bell was brought all the way from Nagarkoil, and it was installed by Archbishop Swami, the late Archbishop. On 5th October 1974, Thangathai Education Society was started, perhaps the school also, and the foundation for that was laid by the Archbishop of Hyderabad, Archbishop Arulappa of Hyderabad. And as I said, Father John Solomon was also very much part of this church, and he started the new church in 1987. It was completed in 1992 and inaugurated by Archbishop Matthias. The feast is traditionally celebrated on the second Sunday of September. Perhaps, 8th of September is a feast for Bangalore, Melancthon and all the places, and people may have realized that they would not come there on that day itself, so they have graciously shifted it to 2nd of September, and therefore perhaps the feast is celebrated very grandly, and so many people, lakhs of people come there. The priests who have served there in the past, at least in my memory, Father Arokya Das, and also Father Arokya Das, who is now in Infant Jesus. The other Arokya Das father is in what we call the Church of St. John Mary Vianney. And the present parish priest, Father Jai Kiran, is a man who believes not only in God, but believes in good works. And his good life, his honesty, his integrity, especially to not only to make the shrine grow, but also care for more and more people. He has been there from last 1 year, and I visited him recently, and I saw that the chapels looks not only clean and cleared up of many other things, but also he has got a lot of plans for him. And surely I said I would support him in all his good works. I also appreciate that this is this year a small pilgrim center for us, and for people of Bangalore perhaps it would be an occasion to pray to Mother Mary, not only for mines and gold, but also for our safety and security, which is very important for us, especially in Bangalore. When we travel, we find ourselves so much in difficulty. The accidents, so many accidents, our children have to be protected. Mother Mary will surely do this for us. I wish you a good and I would say a happy Lenten season.